Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this awesome 2014 Toyota 4Runner SR5. This is a family-friendly model equipped with a third row seat, the optional third row seating, making it a little bit better for families, especially with younger kids. The Toyota 4Runner, has, just like its bigger brother, the Land Cruiser, has legendary reliability, legendary off-road prowess. These things are fantastic. One of the, I think, the best vehicles that Toyota has ever made. These things are just rock solid. Don't take my word for it. Go on Craigslist and see all the older examples of 4Runners for sale with 200, 300,000 miles on them, still running strong, and they're still actually asking a decent amount of money for them because people know that they'll last. You know, it's not it's not hidden knowledge that Toyota makes very reliable vehicles. In fact, I was recently reading an article. They're interviewing a car mechanic. He's somewhat famous. I think he's the Wizard or the Car Wizard. He's kind of famous on YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel. And you can also find him on Hoovie's Garage. And he fixes all sorts of things, Ferraris, Vipers. It looks like he pretty much works on all sorts of walks of life as far as cars go. And they kind of interview him and talk about, you know, what cars he likes and dislikes. And he was pretty honest and about his opinion of cars. And, you know, he was talking about European cars. He's like, pretty much, you know, if you have a European car past 150,000 miles, there's always going to be something wrong with it. You're never going to have everything perfectly fixed. He didn't have a lot of great things to say about some of the domestic brands, but the one you know, brand of vehicles that he did like was Toyota. He just says that if you want a vehicle that's just going to work, have a few issues, and keeps on going and going, you know, get a Toyota. And I can certainly attest to that. You know, I'm a career car guy. I've been in the car business well over 20 years. I'm 44. I started when I was 15, and I started my automotive career at Toyota. So I've had my chance to be behind the wheel of a lot of Toyotas, a lot of 4Runners. For 2014, the 4Runner was refreshed, so it was facelifted. Still retains a lot of very good and very well-used technology, like the 5-speed automatic transmission, the 4-liter 6-cylinder engine, V6, also found in the Tacoma. Not you know, vastly new technology, you know, pretty old by 2014. Nothing astonishingly nothing revolutionary as far as technology goes, but it works and it can go many hundreds of thousands of miles. So this is the SR5. We took this one on trade. It's a clean Carfax vehicle locally from Washington. We have a complimentary Carfax report. The SR5 is kind of like in the middle as far as the grade walk goes. It's not the most basic, not the most loaded, but this thing is very well equipped with features. We have this nice synthetic leather interior, a little bit better than cloth. I think the synthetic leather is definitely family friendly. It would do great with like spills and food and stuff, which, you know, I have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, so we have to deal with that a lot in our cars. So definitely family friendly as far as cleanup goes. And if you're going to go off-roading and you know, encounter wet, you know, dirt, mud, and things like that, it'll be a little bit easier to clean the seats and stuff versus a cloth interior, which is a little bit more absorbent and hard to clean those things off. We have a moonroof, heated seats, nice fold-down rear window. One of the few SUVs you can get these days that has that fold-down rear window. It seemed like they all had them back in the day, but kind of like one of the few SUVs that still has that option. I think it's pretty nice. Really easy to use 4-wheel drive system. You have 2-wheel drive high, you have 4-wheel drive low, and true off-road ability. It has a 2-speed transfer case with low range. We have a navigation system, parking camera, a nice leather-wrapped steering wheel. This one has 108,641 miles at the time making this video, but this thing runs and drives fantastic. Looks and drives like it has half that many miles. And with a caring owner, there's no reason why this should not be able to go another 100,000 or maybe even another 200,000 miles. They're out there. There's plenty of 4Runners out there with many hundreds of thousands of miles. And this is a clean, well cared for example. And definitely, I think it should be able to attain that type of mileage itself with a caring owner. Really nice color combination. Looks like this one might have a leveling kit. We have a nice aftermarket wheel and tire package, a little bit more aggressive off-roading tire. Plenty of tread on them. We also have a chip guard clear bra, which protects the front end from stone and rock chips. You can kind of see where it kind of begins. It pretty much protects the whole front end from stone and rock chips. It's a clear Scotch guard material. Usually retails for over $1,000, but luckily the previous owner already added it to it, so it's something that's already included on this vehicle. And as I mentioned, for 2014, we had a refresh styling, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more chiseled styling on the front end. I like it for sure. Then there's a fantastic 4-liter V6, also shared with the Tacoma. Pumps out 275 horsepower and right around 275 pound-feet of torque. Plenty of power for a vehicle like this. relatively fuel efficient. You know, it will probably get, you know, the low 20s on the highway. Obviously, you're not going to buy a vehicle like this for fuel efficiency. And the 4Runner is built on rugged body and frame truck-based architecture. Unlike the Highlander, which is kind of similar size as a 4Runner, the Highlander is pretty much like a station wagon that looks like a SUV. It's built on unibody. It's maybe capable of light off-roading, like, you know, dirt, gravel roads. But this thing is one of the better out-of-the-box off-road vehicles that you can buy. With you know, rugged body and frame construction, great four-wheel drive system, excellent ground clearance, great departure and arrival angles for going up steep grades. These things are just fantastic. And you know, even if you don't do rock crawling, there's so many fantastic off-road parks, plenty of forest service roads, trails and stuff that you can access and do some light off-roading in the Pacific Northwest, you know, eastern, western Washington, the dunes in Oregon, so much great stuff. So underneath this cargo cover right there, we have the third row seats. They fold up fairly easy. They have the seat belts, and of course you can fold down the second and third row seats fairly flat to turn it into a cargo vehicle. So yeah, definitely a beautiful example of a 4Runner. We have a tow hitch. With its body and frame truck-based architecture, it will also be great at towing. Love the looks and lines of the 4Runner. This thing is a great price point, third row seating. I don't expect this one to last long. They always sell well for us. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.